Hey guys, in today's video we are going to talk about episode number 8 of Solo Leveling Season 2. So at the beginning of the story, Jin-Woo finally gets his S-rank license, and with this he becomes the 10th S-rank hunter of Korea, and his plan was spread all around, meaning Jin-Woo was only on the news and everyone knew about it, and Eugene Jin-Woo was in his guild. It also spreads to Ad, but even after that neither Eugene's dad is ready to make him a guild master, but this time neither Eugene rejects the offer and tells that dad, I'm going to work with Ginvo, and after this, Jinvo had to go to Diamond Castle again, and therefore he wanted to go with full preparation. So he went to get fire armor so that he could escape the fire, and in this way, he also goes to take a lot of things, and now Eugene also comes to stay at Jinbo's house, and Jinbo doesn't give him permission to stay at his house because Eugene's dad didn't take him out of the house. And after this, finally Jinbo goes to Demon Castle, and there he was clearing the floors quite easily this time because the trust that was there was, brother, he would literally do a lot of wonders, and he gave it to Jin-Woo. For this reason, Tas is not very amazing, and at the same time we find out that Yojin's father has a disease, and this disease is not very rare, and this disease is not caused by Hunter. It is due to Hunter's belief that normal people cannot bear, and in this disease the man goes into the well, and when Yojin's father finds out, he is also very surprised, and Guna had easily come to the 79th floor, but he was not getting a permit on that floor, and only then suddenly Jingu's shadow army starts dying, and only then Jingu realizes that Dimer Knights is on that floor, and it is much more powerful, but the times that don't handle all those knights very easily, and after that finally Rings Dimer is the boss of the night, and that's really low. I was most afraid there, and Jin says that finally I came to know that Demon is also afraid, and with this we start the video now. Before the next episode, the question I asked in the last episode, literally many people gave the right answer to all of you, and shoot out brother, you must be seeing your image on the screen, I mean your name and your comment too, and with this I want to make one more request from you guys. I never do it anyway, but I'm doing it today because you guys don't do it without speaking. Please, all of you are requested to subscribe to the channel and quickly complete your 50 subscribers, because I know that you will subscribe or it will be completed very quickly because everyone watches the video but no one subscribes to the channel. Then please subscribe to the channel, and now start the video. Jinvo had arrived on the 19th floor, and the monsters here were not much more powerful than before. Jinvo had increased his status, and even after that his mana was ending at a high speed, and Jinwo's NA also reaches level 19 after this, and after that finally Janvona 19 reaches the 7th floor, and after seeing Jinvo's powers, there are many human beings, and there they asked, sir, are all human beings as powerful as you? And the one who says that I don't know everyone, but I know 2 people like me, and he was not thinking about Chairman and Cha, because when he did something else to him, he did not know that he is much more powerful than normal S rank. Who is the leader of Hunter Guild? More powerful in one way, and those who think that S-rank hunters are not too powerful, less powerful, because S-rank hunters cannot be measured. For this reason, all are called S-ranks, and the one he was thinking when he met the last time chairman was not equal to him, almost, but now he must have become powerful from it, and only then that he says that if you have to go down, then you can go, and only then. That doesn't mean I don't have any business with you. No, you helped me a lot, and he gets very sad there, and after this he says that I want to go with you, sir, and I want to see if you can go up to the 100th floor or not, and after this he doesn't get ready to go to the next floor, and after this we are shown the scene of the international airport, and there comes such a rank hunter from Japan there with his assistant, and this guy's name is Koto Ryochi, and Koto doesn't feel a little strange there. He thinks that there is no powerful hunter around him, but he doesn't pay much attention, and there is a hunter association. Neither one guy comes to pick him up, and after that they are all hunters from Korea. They start going towards the association, and after this both Koto and also the chairman come face to face, and the chairman knew Koto Roji was too powerful. It is not that weak, and in Japan there are no total of 21 SREI hours, out of which 11 SREI hours are not inside just one guild, and that guild belongs to Koto Ryoji, and its guild name is Blade. There is something more important. For example, in Korea there is 5 guilds, then there is a balance, all guild inside, but is not like that in Japan. There are 11 such hunters in Koton's guild, so he dominates in a way in Japan, and he does not come from number 2 in the most powerful guild in the whole world, and the guild who is number 1 is not inside China, and Koto's assistant who is harmed does not come directly to the issue, and she speaks that not in Jeju Island with Korea. Japan is going to give with meaning, and someone says that I will not waste much of your time. I want a top hunters guild here. And what do you think about it? And the chairman gets very surprised after hearing this and says that the hunters of Japan are very powerful. I agree with this, but it will be much riskier to attack directly on Jejuiland, and you don't have to worry about it at all. I have already made a plan on it, and some documents show there, and Kotona explains everything. This is not every monster. They are equal to level hunters, but their biggest weakness is that they cannot live for much time. This means they can only live for 1 year. This means that we don't. If the queen is defeated, all the ant monsters will be killed within 1 year. Truth be told, your idea is very good, but ant monster can do anything to save his queen, so they say that you spoke exactly right. But if those ant monster come out of the cave, then it will be much easier for us to defeat them. And he starts telling that this kind of incident has happened 2 or 3 times. When the hunters of Korea went to Red, the ant monsters came out and all those hunters started fighting the most. And hearing all these things, many members of the Korea Hunter Association are not quite surprised. There are no 10 rank hunters who will not go to Red to help them. Meaning, and Japanese hunters will destroy all those ant monsters and are from Korea. The hunters will go and finish the queen, and as soon as the queen is killed at the same time, all the hunters will quickly leave there with the help of a helicopter, and the chairman thinks his plan is much better. But he doesn't understand why he is helping Koto in the end, and we know that Koto wanted the title of National Level Hunter, and if Koto got that title, it would be a very big thing for Japan. And as you can see, Korea had no reason, but the chairman was still very upset at that time because there were only 8 hunters left in Korea, currently, among which the chairman has become much older and Min has also retired him. And will 6 hunters be able to fight together? And most importantly, will they also be able to beat End Monster? And only then does the chairman remember Jin-Woo, who alone an A-rank danger had already been cleared. And if Jin-Woo joins this raid, then his chances of winning will not increase much, and the chairman does not finally say yes to that proposal. And after this, we are shown the scene of the demon castle where Pei Jin-Woo's level was on 93 and he had finally reached level 100. On the floor, and there he encountered Nabarhan, the Demon King. It was going to happen, and we don't get to see a dragon in the sky, and that dragon was standing very badly in this way, and Jin-Woo was able to make him feel different, and he was thinking that this guy is really very dangerous. And Jin-Woo was literally thinking that will I be able to beat him or not, and Azal does not see Baran in front of her eyes, nor is she very afraid. As long as he only fights demons and sees a dragon there, he is very surprised, and he was thinking that if this dragon does not become a demon, then maybe I can extract its Sado. And after that, he does his SWAT forward and activates his skills health army, and after that a lot of demon armies come there and their level is almost A rank. And see, this Azal is also very afraid, and the demons are coming towards Jin-Woo quickly to kill him, and Jin-Woo tells Azal to stay calm, and as if all the demons come within Jin-Woo's range, only then does he activate the monarch domain. And after this, he also calls his shadow army, and the shadow army was killing the demon army quite easily. And there the war was going very well, and at the moment the match was only in Jinbo's court. If you look at it in a way, the mages don't even do fire attacks there, and there was only fire all around. Mages have also become much more powerful in Jinbo, and seeing this thing, Naazal also gets very scared there. But Baran, who was not sitting comfortably with a lot of fun, was watching all the things, and Azal, you did not understand if he was on whose side, Demon's side or Jinbu's side, and this thing, he was getting very upset. And after this, all Baran also makes his first attack there, and he does not do a lightning attack, and he does not do a ground. When lightning dies, a lot of the shadow army dies from it, and that lightning was going to hit Azal too, but Jinbu doesn't save Azal, and he knew that this attack was not normal. If this happens to Jinbo, his entire shadow army will disappear in a minute, and then Jinbuna thinks of attacking the dragon so that he can bring it down and Jinbo can do something there. But even before that, the demons stop him and hit him with a very strong shot, and Jinbona goes too far and falls, and after that he again attacks there, and before he falls on him, Jinwo survives there from that attack. But after this, the Demon King does not start cold attacks on Jinwo again, and Jinwo is just dosed with the attack, and only then suddenly a very strong flamethrower comes and he stops the lightning attack, and there is no one else who attacks, and there is a task and task. He spends his whole life there, and the collision of both of them was not going on very much equal, and only then the task would not put a little brain and he would not make his attack directly on the dragon. And he was also thinking that, let's go, well, I had given the magic stone to the task, otherwise it could have been much more difficult to avoid, and after this the dragon would have fallen down on the ground and his game was going to end. In a way, He also had a chance to fight face to face. After this, and when he says that, let's finally come down, friend, when I looked up, I started to feel pain in my neck, and whatever it was, it seemed very badass at that time. I will say this, we are then told that Jinbo has some skills for which the standard does not have to be used, as if the commander was touched. Inside that technology, he could not do any goods from one place to another. His butt should not have a particular weight, and if he had to use his skills on heavy objects, neither for it nor Jinbo's label, nor should it be as large as that object and should be with it. Facebook did not need to be standard at all in preserving its shadow as well as without summons, but if his shadow died, then he had to use the standard. That's why he doesn't grow up. For this reason, his mana also increases, and he was thinking whether the demon army can regenerate again after dying, and all this was being thought, and if he will also try to generate the Demon King, then his mana will not have a lot of impact, and after that what happens to the Demon King is that he goes directly to attack the task and does his thunder attack. Quite powerful and does not use his protection skill there, but literally brother cuts the leaf of task quite easily, and don't believe Demon King and Jin-Woo below 2000 had fallen. At that time, he did not have to use much mana in summoning soldiers like Pei and Trust, and if Jindu had to win this battle, then he did not have to summon high-level soldiers, and after that, Jindu neither regenerates iron, and he has a weapon in his hand, and after that, the Demon King attacks him directly, and literally, brother does not put Iron's game there very easily, brother, and then neither Ignis attacks from behind, and Ignis does not stop his sword with one hand and attacks Ignis neither cold nor attacks Ignis with one hand, and at the same time, Ignis's leaf is also cut there, and after that he activates the critical attack, and that but it attacks, meaning that when Baran's attention was on Igres, but only then the Demon King does not block Igres's dagger with the help of his sword, meaning that blocks Chinagu's dagger, and only then Barana brother grabs Chinagu's neck, and Chinagu's game was about to end, but only then he does not summon Igres and task there again, and he does not get both of them together or grab Baran's sword, and by taking advantage of this, he does not attack Baran's hand directly with the help of his two diggers, and Baran gets very angry about this, and he does not shout very loudly and does not move around again. A lot of electricity starts to be generated, and due to this electricity, even Jin's shadows become very weak, and after this you are ready to take both your swords without demons. And he gets ready to take both his daggers, and after this there is no face-to-face encounter between the two, and Jinko neither tries to block the sword with the help of his dagger, and then neither attacks again with the help of critical attack, and there is not a very strong face-to-face competition between the two. In the image you must be clearly aware, but only then does Sathanda attack the door again, but Jinko is not very nervous, because if that attack gets him from so close, neither brother his leaf will be cut, and Jinbo does not try to block that attack with the help of his dagger and almost blocks it, but neither of his two daggers fall down, and taking advantage of this, he attacks the Jinbo from Baran, but Jinbo na Baran with both hands. He grabs his hands, and only then was he going to attack again with a cold roll, but only then does a spear seem to come from somewhere above him, and the Demon King is not very surprised as to who hit him with the spear in the end, and then I find out that the spear thrower is not Azal, and here he got a second chance, and he doesn't bring a stone to him with the help of a commanded touch. Like Baran, he throws his hand with force, and literally brother, with the help of that stone, only one hand of Baran is separated from the body, and Jinwana then directly reaches Baran, and a punch is just a super punch, and brother Baran's body is separated. Seeing this from his body, and literally brother, not a group is very surprised there, and literally a notification from the device system also comes that Jin-Woo has not defeated the Demon King, and after this he tells Azal to go and tell your dad that from now on there is your clan. The number one here is clan, and they're both Pei Jin-Woo and Azal start smiling a lot. And finally, Jin-Woo's 97 level had also been completed, and after this, Jin-Woo's sad the stone children gathered there. They start collecting all of them, and Jin-Woo doesn't get a lot of things there, like rings, swords, daggers, and the most important thing is the purified blood of Demonic King, for which Jingbu came here, and Jin-Woo doesn't wear that ring, and it was not an S-rank item, and neither status does it get 20+, and after this, Jingbu is told to wear neither earrings nor necklace 1+, and after this, his status was not going to increase even more, and after this, finally, Jilbu doesn't get on the work of making elixir there, and on this day, he doesn't even make a sound from behind. But the book he was not listening to, and after that the items start not mixing, and 12:34 such countdown also starts. Sorry, the countdown starts. And then they realize that the chance of it being successful depends neither on their intelligence status nor on their intelligence status, and they start thinking that if I had known about this, then I would not have increased my status even more, and they would not have successfully completed, and they would not have 6 holies. The portion of water of life had arrived, and the 3 items that Jin-Woo needed. Alright, right? Some of those items are saved little by little, and an item is not completely finished, and if those items are found again, then he can make Hollywood of life again, and this too is not of S level, and with its help any disease could be cured at once. I have already told you this, and after this Iron neither brings the demon nor the dragon there. Fold. Iron doesn't praise him a lot there, and after that he finally speaks up, and literally brother Azal doesn't get very surprised after seeing that thing when that dragon becomes Exido. Nah, Azal is very surprised to see that thing, and after that Jin is asked to name him, and Jin is called Caesar, and Azal says that with its help we will reach our clan very quickly, and Jin-Woo thinks, do we have to go down one by one? Brother, this is very difficult, and Azal tells us that after walking in the castle we will have a big celebration, and my dad will also be much happier. When they get good news, Jin-Woo also gets a lot of rewards there, and Jin-Woo also gets the title of Demon Slayer, and Jin-Woo gets a shadow exchange. You get the skill, and with the help of this skill you can't exchange the skills of any shadow. One skill is not like thousands of skills, and now he also starts thinking that let's finally now I can be a teleport from here, and after this he says that Azal, excuse me, but you have to leave here alone because his claim was not too far away and Azal is not going to speak there. But even before that he disappears from there with the help of his new skill, and he could not use this skill, and after that we are shown the scene of the Korea Hunter Association where he was showing some video sent by Japan to the Chinchula president. That is, he was showing this video to the chairman and this video, and then there were some videos where the hunters were being killed. The number of ants was increasing a lot, and this is really a big problem, and only then the chairman says that the ant monster comes to know that his queen is in trouble. Then what will happen? And Chinchul says that ants can't interact with each other. That's why Japan will send a jamming system for the reason that everything gets caffeinated, and then the chairman says that only means we have to worry about his guards. That is, the chairman is not telling anything else about the queen's guards, but only then does he have a very dangerous sense, and only then does he say whether you have met Hunter Jinbo, and Chinchul also tells that Jinbo also we have not found out yet, and after this we are one. The stunt scene is shown where Pei Bakyu is, and another guy appears with him, and he also feels very powerful, and Bakyunu thinks what is it after all, and the other guy is thinking that there must have been a little argument between Chai and F, and only then we know that the one who was sitting there with Bakyunu was a healer of S rank, Bin, and Bin says, brother, don't think too much and you will grow old very quickly, and he says, should I tell you a joke? And why does Nu speak? Hey brother, you don't listen to your nonsense joke at all, and we know that I am the only hunter who is perfectly fit right now, meaning is a proper hunter, but even after that he had taken retirement quite early. He wants to be rich. He could have become a center because he was of S rank, but even after that he did not retire very soon. But even after that, it will not be very good with this guy, neither will it be very bad with him, man, to tell the truth. I feel bad for that guy. Go ahead, and Mainwin says that, brother, you really want to go on this ride, and why not buy? He says, yes, and Main, you know that, what was the last time? Why doesn't he say anything else there, that this is a big reason so that the people ahead do not have to suffer too much trouble, and anyway, I have to do something, so I am thinking that a good deed should be done, and the meme says that, well, do whatever you have to do, but if you come to take me in your team, don't forget it and say that, brother, I don't know if I will be able to come back from there or not, then I thought I'd say goodbye to you for the last time. Hearing this one more time, I also get very surprised, and then he tells that I am preparing for the teacher's exam and I want to live a normal sea life, and he tells that he did not get a very good offer from Yojin Gil. Gil was asked to be the leader and there were a lot of amazing offers, but even after that he refused the offer, and at that time his hands and feet were not shaking, and he tells me that I have retired long before the game of killing and dying, and you know that I like the story a lot, so I am thinking to become his teacher, and Buck smiles and thinks that this is called a normal life. But Hunter is not made to live a normal life at all. A lot of hunters There is no problem in killing the doctor, but still we also have to live a normal life. And after this we are shown the scene of Jin-Woo's mother, and Jin-Woo comes to the hospital here, and Jin-Woo has not taken the medicine yet. Then in his mind not a lot of things were going on to know whether the medicine will have an effect or not, and if there is any side effect then he did something in the word system which is absolutely impossible. Like Jin-Woo, see, in a way Jin-Woo was trusting the system a little too much, and literally brother, he takes out the lid of the bottle and Jin-Woo's hands were cupping at that time. Brother, when he was killing the monster his hands were not shaking the cup, but just now the cup was shaking. Friend, mother's emotion is something like this, you guys can understand. I am also very close, your mother's brother. And then finally he drinks Jinbuna, that nourishment to his mother, and it is like a stain on the mother's shoulder, and it reminds me of a story of Jin-Woo, and this is the story of Jin-Woo's childhood. When Jinbuna did not want to wash her mother's hair, and she does not take hot water to her mother, but that water does not fall by mistake and it fell on her neck by mistake, and there is not a single mark on that place. Dabba type, and Jinbuna was very afraid there, and his mother would not have been very jealous. But even after that, Na first checks Jin-Woo whether he is okay or not, and Jin-Woo still has that day, does not forget at all. And even after giving the medicine, Na Jin-Woo's mother had not yet come to consciousness, and Jin-Woo was also very afraid. His butt, the color of mother, was becoming like before again, and Jin-Woo says that please mother, open your eyes, because I was going on this path only because I was confident that one day I will definitely find a way, because I can fix you, that's why I became so powerful. And he started asking so much, he started to insist on it there, and after that he showed us the scene of Jin-Ha. And she doesn't go out for a little walk after that, and she doesn't like seeing the weather outside, and she doesn't feel a little strange, and she also doesn't feel a little good in her heart. It means that there is a hit or some strange happiness that happiness was getting, and it took a lot of time to give the medicine. And those who were sitting there with their eyes closed, now we see a woman sitting and she says that Jin-Woo is you, and finally only then do we know that it is Jin-Woo's mother who had opened her eyes after 4 years. And Jin-Woo's brother is shocked, and his mother says that if I have been sleeping like this since then, and Jin-Woo tells that you have been sleeping here for the last 4 years, and Jin-Woo is Jin-Ha's mother. She asks, and Jin-Woo tells that she is fine, and mother says that thank you very much because you fulfilled your promise. And after this, Jin-Woo's mother holds her hand and says how you got so many injuries, and I know that you must have been hurt so much because of me, and you must have worked very hard for me. And literally brother, Jin-Woo used to cry a lot there. And to tell you the truth, brother, I am also having a lot of problems explaining this episode. After being a little emotional, there is no problem in making a sound, brother. And as soon as the doctors find out that his mother has woken up from the coma, the brother becomes very surprised, and the doctor tells that the family of the patient does not want to take his patient home quickly. What else should we do now? And the head doctor says there that this is not possible because she must not be able to walk yet. And the other doctor tells that it is not such a thing. He is completely fine. And after hearing this, the doctor brother is even more surprised there, and those people were thinking that all this must have happened because of their technology. And the main doctor says that there is nothing honest about it, and he says that we should not let the patient, we can't let him go home so soon. And the junior doctor says, sir, we tried a lot, but he did not listen to us, and now you are the 10th of Korea. You must have heard about the hour, and that patient is not his son. And after hearing this, brother doctor is literally very afraid and says that brother is fine, then discharge him. I don't want to get caught in all these things. After this, neither I nor Jin-Ha is seen, who after seeing the mother was literally crying there like a child, and the preparation of the child in a way. And the mother says that daughter, you have really grown up a lot. And Jin-Ha also goes to his mother, and Jin-Ha was thinking that let's finally follow him, that hard work has brought my color. And he was thinking, but I am afraid that I have not come to a place from where I cannot go back at all. And after this, Jin-Woo is seen sitting outside where he does not have a lot of missed calls, and he thinks that if anyone needs him, he will call again, and Jin-Woo does not. Only then Jin-Woo gets a call and picks up my call, and literally that call was not from the chairman. And Jin gets very surprised and says that the chairman, everything is fine. And the chairman says that Hunter, you will know everything. And Jin-Woo did not know anything if he told the truth. In a way, the main chairman was asking about End Monster, but Jin-Woo thinks that his chairman must have known about Kazal. And only then Jin-Woo says that chairman, you can tell me what you are talking about. And the chairman also knew that Jin-Woo does not know anything. And after this, he calls Jin-Woo to the Hunter Association. And after this, we are shown the scene of the Hunter Association where the chairman does not tell Jin-Woo everything about Jeju Island, because after 4 days he does not Jeju. He was about to raid Bite Island, and then the chairman says that we will also need your help in this, and Jin-Woo comes to think a little and he thinks that my help has been cured now. I had to spend some time, but now I have to go there, and he is not going to say anything. But then I literally feel that I don't believe him enough, and the chairman even asks him, what happened to you? Jinbo says that I thought the surroundings were not very dangerous. I sense that someone is a high level hunter here, and the chairman praises Jinbo a lot and says that I did not think that you could sense him so easily, but you have really become better already, because some S-rank hunters were not practicing in the gym for the coming raid, and the S-rank hunter of Japan is the same. Hearing the name of Peitakotu, Ryoji and Goto, Najinbo also gets very surprised because Goto was not a very famous hunter. There was no hunter, nor did he even know the name of Goto, because Goto is very famous inside Japan. And the chairman says, do you want to walk in the gym? And then we are shown the scene of gym, and we are shown Bak, who is with no one in his tiger firm. He is doing it, and the guy who was fighting him was wearing a karate uniform, and the guy who was the karate guy was, in a way, it felt that a little heavy was falling on Bag, but Bag also does not give up and remains stubborn. But even after that, brother karate guy doesn't pick him up and slap him straight, and he says that, Bag, you should do a little better than this. According to me, our Bag also smiles a lot and says that you also know this. Is it a little more difficult to beat you? Are they going to fight again? And both of them were smiling a lot and were only creating havoc around, and the chairman and the Jin who were watching the battle tell that it is very rare to see so many acers and hunters together, and the Jin who says that it seems to run away there will lose. They are looking very weak in front of them, and only then Choi also comes there, and he says that you don't know, but if Bag uses all his strength, the guy in front will not be able to hold on at all. And Choi will also speak. He will come, who has met you for a long time, and the karate guy who was not the leader of Fame Guild. And brother, I am not telling the name, man, all these names are very difficult, dude. Then Zenbu says that you said that Bak is not using his full strength. What does this mean? And also tells that there are not many people here. Because of this, Bakna cannot reveal his true form. Using all their strength, Team Nabak becomes like a dumb monster and loses his composure by himself. No. Actions in this way. After that, he says that you can't see around you. They are all Ash rank hunters from Japan, and they are all going to support us in the raid, and I will show you the image of all of them in the future. Or let me put an image of everyone one by one. I'm not going to tell anyone's name because I'm telling you again, brother, all of these names are very difficult. Brother, you have seen all these images. Well, you must have seen it, and this guy is, so this was the main one, so I told you its name. Then we just let today's video stay here, and please friend, I have a request from all of you to subscribe to the channel, brother. Please complete your 50 subscribers quickly, brother. I am bored with a lot of time after watching this 30. I request that do 50, bro, quickly, because if you all subscribe, so it will be 100. You're not even doing 50. You guys are making videos with so much effort, but even after that, please subscribe to the channel and wait for the next video, because you are going to have a lot of fun with the next video. My brothers, I will meet you guys in the next video. Until now.